most important to you. Whether it's your home, your family, or your future, Jack Russell has the proven experience to get the job done while developing authentic relationships with you. Give Jack a call today at 402-421-9100. Again, that's 402-421-9100. Or visit one of his 2 locations in Lincoln or Seward and learn how you can excel in the complicated world of insurance. Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services, a trusted and well-respected representative since 1999.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
There's no better way to spark a child's imagination than to get lost in the adventure of a good book. I'm Jenny Benson, president of NSEA. Working together, parents and teachers can help every child succeed. You can help by reading to your child and let your child read to you. Encourage reading in your home and make it a priority. Make reading fun and a time that you and your child look forward to spending together.
Sponsored by the Nebraska State Education Association, aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association on this station.
Live from the heart of Lincoln, America, welcome to Ticket Weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome in to Ticket Weeknights. Harrison Arns on the ones and twos. As always, comes 6 o'clock. We got Jackson Kleinschmidt on his last day here at 93.7 The Ticket.
I know.
So we can bring you in here a little bit early, 6 o'clock. If you guys have met Jackson or myself, you want to ask questions, we're going to talk a lot of football. In particular, we'll start with some of the conference realignment possibilities coming up. Facebook, YouTube, XL, Channel 961. You guys want to put a face to the voice? Great ways to do so. And, of course, 402-464-5685. You guys want to chime in your own comments, feel free to do so. Jackson, let's start off real quick, just on your last day, your ticket experience, and then we'll get into conference realignment.
Man, it's been crazy. Just to come on as like an intern, a scared little boy, like walking in here with literally zero experience, like same experience as any person that walks past here down the street.
Oh,
like,
I know the feeling. I was doing,
experience.
I guess I can't say that because I at least was going to school for it. You were in a different world.
I mean, my major still hasn't changed. So I've never gone to school. Everything that I've learned in this space, besides like the general knowledge that you get from watching sports, it's all come from here. Every ounce of it. And I'm taking that as I leave here.
Yeah. So what is coming down the stretch?
You can't pay for that. You just can't pay for any of the things that I've learned here.
That is, yeah, I will say this much. The best thing for anybody in these businesses is like, just go be around it for a while if you're serious and figure out what it is. Where are you going for everybody who's curious?
So I am moving back to Florida. I am originally from Florida, from the central part right outside of Orlando, but I'm moving to Tampa and going to the University of South Florida for the same major I'm doing up here, just a little bit more specific to the criminology side of things. So, yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Going back to Florida, take the ticket experience with you. Nonetheless, pleasure to have you as always, and you'll still be working here for a few hours after the show anyway.
Absolutely.
So I won't give my goodbyes just quite yet, but nonetheless, let's dive into it. Conference realignment. We were going through it before we even hopped on air right now. What do you think of the idea of Texas State becoming the next Pac-12 school?
I don't know. I mean, like, cool. Great. I mean, the Pac-12's not going to die, but I mean, it's never going to be what it was.
No, not even close.
They're not going to reinsert themselves and make it Power 5 again. Getting Texas State certainly doesn't do that. So I don't know. Sure. Great. I would love to see the Pac-12 logo, in the Pac-12 conference still alive, but I don't know with the teams that they have in there that they're wanting right now and bringing in Texas State. I don't know. I don't know if that's a great thing for them. I don't know.
Well,
Good for Texas State.
You do it to stay alive, right?
Yeah,
I think that's just kind of where they're at. I don't think they're taking Texas State because they're like, this will really help out the competitiveness of our conference here. We were going through it. They just need more teams. See if I can find the article right now. Nonetheless, we'll go through it. I mean, they got Colorado State, Cal State, Fresno in there. You got the list in front of you?
I'm trying to pull it up.
Yeah.
The Pac-12.
And then Gonzaga is the only non-football school in there, and they have to get a certain number of these FBS football schools if they want to be legit as a Power 4 conference is kind of the problem here. But then you're bringing in Texas State, and you look at who everybody's in there right now.
I just see Boise, and Boise would go undefeated every year right now.
Boise would run that
with the way
way
their program is right now. Boise would absolutely be the powerhouse in that conference. I can't even see anybody trying to contend with them. Maybe Oregon State, potentially. Like that's a team that I've seen do well, and maybe Washington State can get back to there. None of these other states I see, towards the top of the conference. It's just,
I mean, Colorado State would be competitive, but I mean, I think you like Boise State, and then I got Fresno State, Gonzaga, the only non-football school in there. Then you got Oklahoma State, San Diego, Utah State, Washington State. Not very competitive.
No.
Where does the Pac-12? What does the Pac-12 look like 5 years from now? Like, do we get to a point where the Pac-12 like can't even be considered a Power 4 the way this conference is starting to look?
Well, the way if it's that, no.
Yeah.
Like for Boise, it's great because they're in the Mountain West. They're gonna go run that conference for a couple of years, but when that contract's up, expect them to leave. If they're trending in the right direction of being able to eventually step into the shoes of like a maybe Big 12.
Mm-hmm. We do get this from Sandman. Again, if you're Texas State, I think they've been more competitive. I was looking through the records the last 3 years. It's not like they've been this horrible team. They actually pushed, I believe, Arizona State. But the point that Sandman on Texas is bringing in could, adding Texas school probably opens up some good recruiting ground. True.
That's true.
Super competitive out there already. But I mean, hey, again, just do what you can to keep your conference alive. I'm not going to really bash Pac-12 for really any moves they're making right now because they are under a microscope to survive.
You're drowning, and this is how you're swimming back up. So
yeah.
I get it. Like anybody who thinks that conference is going to be what they used to be, it's just not. I don't get your hopes up. It's going to be Power 4. That's just the way it is now. I mean, we're really almost to a point where it's getting to Power 2.
Yeah.
But I won't go that far. But
yeah.
it's just a different world we live in where the Pac-12 isn't what it used to be, which is sad. Pac-12 championship game for football, like the conference championship game, that used to be one of my favorite ones to watch because it was usually the first one. And it was always just an instant classic.
Yeah. And
I will say that.
I do miss that about the Pac-12. Like, obviously, Pac-12 at night was the thing that you could be in the Midwest and, falling asleep, still watching college football. And now you can still do it. It's just not nearly the same level of competition. And it's a little bit of merry-go-round. I know Texas State was the team main talking point we're bringing up, but this one from Brett McMurphy thinks this is kind of what's going to go down. They're going to be a good old merry-go-round. So Texas State leaves the Sun Belt for the Pac-12. Louisiana Tech leaves Conference USA for the Sun Belt, and CUSA likely remains at 10 schools. So Conference USA likely remains at 10. So a little swap between the Conference USA and Sun Belt.
Okay.
I think it's kind of the breakdown of this.
I mean, yeah, it's certainly interesting.
When do you think realignment's going to be over with? That's my other question.
Realignment's never going to be over with. People are always going to be moving around. When I was Googling it, I just saw that Northern Illinois is going to the Mountain West. I don't think I knew anything about that. Some of these smart teams.
They're moving as well.
Yeah,
okay,
it says Northern Illinois Mountain West move official. Northern Illinois leaders voted to accept an invitation from the Mountain West, and the move was made official last month. So this was posted last week. So, that means NIU will leave the MAC. I don't know when. When is this? Doesn't say here, but yeah. So that's more. I don't see a lot of, and the Pac-12 signing new media deals with different distributors and all that. So it's very interesting. It is very interesting.
Yeah,
very interesting.
We'll see. We'll see what happens to the Pac-12. I got a soft spot for those guys.
San Diego State's in that group. Yeah.
Yes, San Diego State.
Didn't they hire Dan Mullen?
I
San
think
Diego
so.
State?
I think so. Let me double check. But I
That's a
think you're right.
program to watch because Dan Mullen's a very talented head coach. He got dumped from Florida at a weird time, and I kind of spent time in I think he was coaching for a high school team.
Oh, he's at UNLV.
UNLV. That's what I was like. Some red and black team. So UNLV. So never mind. But
all right.
Whatever.
Take some of the heat off those guys.
Hey.
It'll be interesting to watch. That's all I really got on the conference alignment right there. Was just, we'll keep an eye on the Pac-12 and see if those guys can keep their head above water, as Texas State looks like to be the new school. The real thing for them is they need to get this done by this month, because otherwise Texas State is going to have to pay $10 million to the Sun Belt to get out, as opposed to $5 million. If they can get out by the end before July 1st, it's only $5 million. They got to cash out.
They don't have a lot of money anyways. So
no,
that's crazy.
If it doesn't happen this month, which I'm assuming Pac-12 is going to, give them the offers now and through the weekend to give them time to do it. But if it doesn't happen at the end of this month, then it'll probably be at least another year where Pac-12 is just going to not is where it is right now. I mean, it's crazy that it's already June right now, and we're getting up to July, and we're getting some more conference realignment, but that is the direction the Pac-12's in. Like I said, can't blame them. And to your point, they're drowning. Yeah. They're just doing anything they can to get their head above water. You got anything else that on conference realignment before we move on here? That's all I had. Just some interesting updates.
Yeah, I mean that's just it's all really interesting. I mean, I'd be lying if I said I wanted the Pac-12 to go away.
Yeah.
So yeah. I mean, it's great to see them at least. Like I said, I would love to be able to see the Pac-12 logo on a field. You don't want to see that fade away.
Does Nebraska deserve any blame for starting somewhat of a realignment era way back in the day when we left?
No. I would blame Texas and Oklahoma going to the SEC. That's when it really started.
That was a major one.
That was like the big one. That was like, whoa.
Was Texas and Oklahoma first before we got the Pac-12 schools heading to the Big Ten?
I think so.
Because it
came
USC,
soon after, though.
UCLA folled to the Big Ten,
and then there was the group
Washington and Oregon was the
group
next
of American teams that left for the Big 12.
Yep.
Since the UCF, I think it's two. I don't know where Tulane is, but no, Tulane's still in the American. But yeah, it kind of sparked it's like sparking like a revolution. Everybody was like, okay, let's just all trade spots.
Okay, who's got how can we make more money than humanly possible?
I mean, Texas and Oklahoma, I was like, it's a decent move because you're like, let's go be competitive in the SEC.
And
we're in the South.
Geographically,
it makes sense.
It makes sense there. It's not a massive stretch.
It made sense. I was like, okay, but we're only 1 year in. Texas was fine. Texas did fine. Oklahoma did not. Oklahoma did not have a great time transitioning over to the SEC. But we'll see how it is. It's only been 1 year, but it's just interesting to see those two leave a conference where they've just been running it. Mm-hmm. And it's a guaranteed playoff spot every year.
Yeah, if they would have stayed, especially now with obviously at the time, I don't think the proposals for what this new college football playoffs weren't there yet. But now, I mean, if you knew that at the time, you'd be like, hold on, if we stay here, how many guaranteed bids do we get? At that point, they probably get, 2, 4 is kind of where in the ballpark. And if you're Oklahoma and Texas, you're like, oh, if we get that many, yeah, we'll just stay. Even if we don't beat out Texas or Oklahoma that year, if we're going to get guaranteed bids, we'll make it to the playoffs just about every single year. I suppose being in the SEC where, and again, that's why they're pushing so hard to get more bids, because their whole argument is our conference is so good. We play, even though we only play 8 conference games, we're superior scheduling to the Big Ten. Therefore, we need more bids. But luckily, the Big Ten's been winning some championships, so it's going to be even there.
Very true.
Yeah.
Back to back.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do it.
Back to back. And SEC seems like throwing a little bit of fit over it. At least when I look at these playoffs, it feels like that's a big part of the reason for it. But then you got the Big Ten playing along with it, because it's like, well, we can make this work in our favor as well. And that's where this whole college football, it's Pac-12, it hurts my soul, because we are losing a lot of the just natural traditions of college football. Like, you go turn into college football, and it's fine. These games are awesome, but it's like, how many times are we going to see Oregon and Washington college game day over and over and over and over?
Yeah.
And it's fine because it's the big schools, but we're going to get less and less of those really unique matchups where they go to a unique town. We're going to get a lot of the same big schools playing each other every year.
Yeah, like college game day makes the trip, like once a year to go to like a FCS school?
Yeah.
They do like a SDSU or something like that.
Yeah, and like it's cool. There's a lot of parity in these monster matchups that are going to happen more, which is great in some ways, but in other ways, the smaller schools are just going to keep getting pushed.
I'll tell you what, though, if I'm like Nebraska, or really any other school, I'm scheduling non-cons with Pac-12 schools now, because Pac-12, you're like, oh,
well, I believe
they're a Pac-12 school. That's pretty good. But then you get to go play a school like Texas State.
Yeah, and that's where I don't know how the Pac-12 is going to fare at all for their conference schedule, because, I mean, let's go through it. Big Ten, SEC, pick one or two. I don't care. I'm not going to have that argument right now. But those are the two best conferences. No questions there.
Whatever. Yeah.
And then third best conference, you can go look at the Big 12 maybe. Where do you want to go for the third best?
Well, I don't know.
I'm just trying to get
Boise's leaving. I would go literally strictly based on Boise, the mountains. So I guess I would have to say the Pac-12.
Okay, Pac-12.
Because they have Boise. Boise's the best non-Power 4 team.
Okay. Yeah.
By far.
Then you get after that, and then it's just so weak, though.
Yeah.
I if this continues this trend, like, this is going to be very tough for them to be competitive.
Yeah.
And then depending on how these playoffs shake out, wherever the final vote comes to that, and they'll probably keep revising the college football playoffs, they're going to want to make sure they get some bids in there. But yeah, that's my little rant on the small schools.
Jeez.
And more conference realignment as a result of the mega conferences. Let's talk a little bit returning starters. If I were to ask you, let's be a little bit of fun trivia for you. Give me the Big Ten school that out of all the Power 4 schools this year has the least amount of returning starters.
Least amount.
Yeah.
So this means like a lot of people left.
There is only one guy coming back who's a starter.
Oh, damn.
And it is a Big Ten school. Think of the bad Big Ten schools and schools that just have never caught traction. And this is college football, obviously. Only.
Purdue.
Purdue only has one returning starter coming back.
Oh, geez.
Devin Mockabee, running back.
Oh, geez.
And then you look at, I believe, Nebraska in the Big Ten. We got 9 coming back and going through all these schools. Schools to look
Penn
out
State's
for, though.
got to be up at the top.
Yeah, this is what I want to really talk about. I just saw Purdue at the bottom, and I was like,
as soon as you asked that, I was like, let me make sure I know what he's asking. Penn State popped in my head, but I was like, no, they have the most.
Yeah, the least amount. And they only got the one. It's the running back, Mockabee. But schools to watch out for next year. Are you buying or selling that they'll make another college football playoff run? Arizona State, they have the most returning starters coming back with 17. And a lot of them.
Scattaboo? I don't know.
Okay.
I'm just kidding.
They still got your boy Sam Levitt.
Kenny Dillingham is a incredible head coach. You better hold on to that man as long as you can, because there's going to come a point where he has to say yes to the SEC or the Big Ten money that someone's going to throw at him eventually. He's not going to leave for a school like Purdue or one of the smaller schools in the Big Ten or the SEC.
So he wait for a good job to open up.
He would leave like if Wisconsin moves on from Luke Fickell.
Yeah, I was going to say
that's the type of job he would go to.
Or if he was around when Scott Frost was let go.
He would have been like at the top of my list. He's like the Lance Leipold.
Yeah,
he's still at.
I honestly at that point wanted Leipold. When we're going through the hires, because it was like I was like Matt Rule. Ironically, Luke Fickell I liked a lot too.
Oh, I loved Luke Fickell.
Yeah.
Matt Rule.
Matt Rule.
I was like,
I know.
I was like, I
wasn't sure.
That guy.
Just the Panthers had such a bad makeup on him at the time.
Well, that was my thought. I was like, I was like, he did so bad with the Panthers. It was my dad actually, because he's always the one that clocks me when I'm thinking a different ways. Like think about like this. He's like, he's not coaching a pro team. He's coaching a college team. Go look at his college records. His college records are fine.
Yeah, it is true.
But yeah, anyways, that's past information. So.
Well, and then once Rule left, I can't say the Panthers got better. They actually managed to get worse.
No. Well, they were like, Matt Rule's the problem. And like when he went here, they were like, good luck. He's a horrible coach.
Yeah, I remember that.
And then what are the Panthers doing? What are the Panthers doing now? Like they got 10. I think they actually got worse when he left.
They did, record-wise.
You got rid of McCaffrey.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was after Rule got fired.
It might have been
the year that he got traded.
It was the same year. I can tell you exactly when.
Yeah.
They got worse. Like
they hire Frank Reich.
Mm-hmm.
That was what it was. Now he's the interim head coach at Stanford.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, which is crazy. But yeah, who's their head coach now?
That's a great question.
I don't even know. I don't know. They're irrelevant.
Well, while you look that up, I'll give why Arizona State's high on the sport for teams to look back for. So bringing back the only person on their offensive line who they will not have returning is their center, which is a big deal. But otherwise, they got their left tackle, their guard. They got all their tackles, guards coming back, just missing the center. And then they do still get Jordan Tyson at wide receiver coming back. I believe they're getting Oh, they do not get the running back. Obviously, Scadaboo's gone. And then on defense, they're pretty loaded up as well. Another team that we're already high on, we've gone through the schedule. Illinois is bringing 16 back.
Fighting Illini.
So
they very arguably have like one of the best returning starting quarterbacks in the country.
Luke Altmaier doesn't get enough credit.
No.
As far as dual threat
like,
QBs, he might be the best.
I know Drew Aller is like, everybody goes to that, but man, Luke Altmaier. Like anybody who's in the argument, like, well, he's not up there at the top. He's not better than Carson Beck. He's been with this program.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know what Miami Carson Beck looks like. You don't know what Oklahoma John Mateer looks like. You don't know what a Duke Darian Monzo looks like. You don't know any of that yet. Like these quarterbacks who people are like, these guys are going to be good this year. They're going to be the Heisman conversation. You don't know what they look like on that team yet. They can be horrible. We've seen transfers be bad. Jeff Sims, like a prime example. So like Luke Altmaier is a guy that you would want on your team.
Oh, 100%. And the thing I like about him is, I don't know why this always gets twisted. When you talk about college football, it's like, well, he's just kind of a game manager. I don't understand that as an insult ever. It's like, that's exactly.
He's a game manager. The quarterback's job is to manage the game. He's the CEO on the football field.
So why would I want him to take a bunch of unnecessary risk if he doesn't have to? Exactly. I don't. Like maybe it helps the stat padding, but if he can just make the simple play, I make the simple play. If you don't have to risk it. And that's what led to a lot of Illinois' success was him just managing the game.
Altmaier's a dog. Nebraska fans know. If you were at that game, you know.
Yeah,
he shredded us. He went crazy. They don't have Luke Altmaier. I think we would have won. Like he was probably the X factor in that game.
It was interesting too listening to Tony White talk about that in the press conferences after, because he really just credited it's his ability just to run the ball.
Yeah.
I mean, he's just a good dual threat.
Simple.
So if I remember correctly, White was even just like, we were at times where I was just straight up calling the wrong defense because it just could not. It's very hard to predict what Illinois is going to do on offense. Like obviously they're a more run first team, but Luke Altmaier is still good enough. It's not like when we're playing Rutgers where we knew they were scared to let their quarterback go back there and throw it. They trust Luke Altmaier totally, and they just use that to their advantage.
Oh, yeah.
And then they'll just run the ball and then finally catch them when you're sleeping. A little bit, a shade of Nebraska in the back in the day where it's just we're just going to run the ball over and over, and then eventually you're going to fall asleep. And we have good quarterbacks. We just don't air the ball out all the time because we don't necessarily need to. And I know that's a stretch. Illinois obviously throws the ball a lot more than what we did in the 90s, but like Luke Altmaier, I would say he's probably a better dual threat than Drew Aller. Now, better quarterback, Aller.
He's got Aller's got the better arm.
Mm-hmm. But for what Illinois
I'm not
wants to do,
discrediting Altmaier at all. Like he's a sweeper. He's a sweeper going into this year.
I think so. And like if you're going to run that Illinois offense, like you would want Luke Altmaier over Aller every time.
Illinois, like right now, I would put them as a loss on Nebraska's schedule.
I would too. Unfortunately.
Like it's just what it's what it is. I think you have to play them on the road this year too because they just came to your house prior season, so you're probably going to their house.
Actually, do we have them
this upcoming season? I would imagine that. I don't know how the scheduling works, but we played them here, so I imagine you play them next year. They're on the schedule though, right? Maybe they're not. I don't know.
I think we get to avoid them this year. We do.
Oh, we're one of the few teams that gets to.
Yeah, we get to avoid Illinois.
That's nice because that's like not that is one of the. I would just say no, and I'd feel very confident about it. It wouldn't be like, it's a toss up like the Wisconsin game. I'm like, it's a toss up. You could lose that one, you could win that one.
Mm-hmm.
But like Illinois, no, I'm not giving us a chance in that game anymore.
We would, for me, it'd have to be like their week 4 and we just beat Michigan week 3. That would really decide whatever it looked like versus Michigan, like because that's going to be the game that, game 4 is Michigan, not game 3, because we have Cincinnati in that Thursday game. But Michigan's going to be that litmus test.
Oh yeah,
I mean, because odds are 3-0. I don't want to sleep on Cincinnati, but if you get past Cincinnati, you feel pretty good about being 3-0. And then Michigan, what does that look like without Sharon Moore there as well, not coaching?
And like the thing you're gonna have,
and he's got on the road.
Probably gonna have a true freshman quarterback, I would imagine.
Yeah, the way it's going and the hype that he's getting, Underwood.
You're gonna have a pissed off Husker fan base that just wants to win because of the fact that the head coach is in there. Same with the players. They're gonna be the exact same way.
If there's a year to like kind of flip the tide the way we did versus Wisconsin, it feels like it has to be this year.
I want to know. Though I genuinely not even no hate. I want to know why they chose Nebraska. say what you want about what you did the last time you came to Lincoln.
It's Oklahoma.
It's not the team.
It's a way to get that Oklahoma, his alma mater. He's getting a nice little representation thing. They're doing something special for him at Oklahoma. So he wants to be there. So, but that is, let me double check. I think that's the game before ours. So,
of course,
yeah, they have New Mexico, Oklahoma. And so what they did was like, well, those first 2 games will not have it because they want to make sure you can get to that Oklahoma one. And it was a voluntary suspension. So, of course, they're going to circle that. And it is also voluntary. So it is a little bit still slap in the face to Nebraska.
No, it is.
So it's for the Oklahoma thing, but it also is a little bit of a, we feel like we can still beat you at your place without our head coach.
Like, you don't have the national championship team that you had the last time you came here. And then the last time you came here before that, we almost beat you. So what's going to happen this time?
Last time they played Memorial Stadium, they beat the brakes off us, if I remember right.
Yeah, it was the national championship year.
Yeah, that's
the
right.
Year before that, or the
the
last time before that would have been 2021.
And that was the Adrian game?
Yeah, it was the Adrian game. Like, that was the year that we almost beat them. So it's just one of those. I don't know why you would say, I don't know. I just genuinely don't get it. If you're a head coach, Nebraska is a hard place to play. Like, you ask the fans, Nebraska's not on that list. That's why they're not on that College Football 26 list, which isn't defiant of how it actually is. But you go to the players will say Nebraska's in their top 3 hardest places to play in the Big Ten.
Yeah, I just saw another
the Indiana lineman. He was like, Nebraska's at 2, and he put Ohio State at 1. And I was like, that's fine.
That's fair.
That's totally fine.
Yeah, I mean, Ohio State, like, if you've seen Ohio State in an intense game, like, that place is unreal.
Yeah.
And DeMornay Pierce now doubles down on that as well. Obviously, he's got to go up there to the Ohio State. What is their stadium called?
The Shoe? Is that
that's the nickname, the Shoe. I'm trying to think of the actual.
Oh, the actual name. I was like,
I think it's actually just like Ohio State Stadium.
The Shoe. Let's see what it'll give me. Ohio Stadium?
Yeah, there it is.
Ohio Stadium.
Yeah, it's just Ohio Stadium.
Yeah.
So not, Ohio Stadium. It is. I will
the horseshoe, the
respectfully.
shoe, the house that Harley built.
That's a good one.
So, all right, it's nicknames. So,
yeah, that's a school that belongs.
I like the house that Harley built. That's what I'd call it.
We should do that maybe next segment. Best nicknames for some of those arenas, as we are up to the clock here. We'll see if we go that direction. If not, we're definitely going to stay on the lane of college football here. So don't go anywhere. Take a Weeknights. Jackson Kleinschmidt, Harrison Arens, and shout out Anna Callan. Shout out Florida on your last day, Jackson. Husker Bowler.
Shout out Anna Callan. That was a fun show to do with you guys.
Absolutely. Well, with that being said, we'll go to break. We'll talk to you guys in a little bit on the other side.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Cobble Chevrolet GMC, and the hail sale has been a huge success, but is winding down. We still though have several units with huge discounts. Plus, we have brand new Sierras, $14,000 off list, or starting at $37,105, or 0.9% APR on select new models. Yes, you heard right. $14,000 off or 0.9% APR on new Sierras starting at $37,105. So please check us out at cobblecars.com. All deals with roof credit, stock number G289358.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red.
Breathe easier inside your home with Bryant. Eliminate allergens and odors and control humidity too. For a breath of fresh air, call 467-1111. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Midwest Bank is now hiring in Lincoln. They have multiple banking positions open and are looking for dynamic individuals passionate about helping others and building relationships. With a family-friendly culture, competitive benefits, and unique perks, Midwest Bank is a great place to start a new career. Apply today at midwest.bank. Midwest Bank is an equal opportunity employer, member FDIC. A1 Automotive's second location is now open at 5110 State Hill Drive, just off of Yankee Hill Road. The new location continues to specialize in all makes and models and provides personalized service as they have for 15 years. To honor the new store opening, A1 is offering $25 off any service over $300, $50 off services over $500, and $75 off services that total over $750, all through July 31st. Schedule your appointment today at a1autolincoln.com and visit their new location in South Lincoln at 5110 State Hill Drive. Select Plumbing and Utility has been serving Lincoln and the surrounding area for 14 years, and they're not slowing down. Select Plumbing and Utility handles all your plumbing needs, from faucets and water heaters to full renovations, and they can even help with your heating and cooling needs. They're also Lincoln's underground experts, repairing and replacing broken underground water and sewer lines since day one. Contact Select Plumbing and Utility today at 402-560-6197, assuring excellence in every situation, opportunity, and challenge. That's 402-560-6197. Attention baseball and softball players. The Nebraska Dominators are looking to add players to their baseball and softball teams for the 2026 season. Tryouts are happening now for all age groups, ranging from 7 years old to 14 and under for baseball and 7 years old to 18 and under for softball. Visit the Nebraska Dominators Facebook page for more information today.
Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services is here to help you protect things that are most important to you. Whether it's your home, your family, or your future, Jack Russell has the proven experience to get the job done while developing authentic relationships with you. Give Jack a call today at 402-421-9100. Again, that's 402-421-9100. Or visit one of his 2 locations in Lincoln or Seward and learn how you can excel in the complicated world of insurance. Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services, a trusted and well-respected representative since 1999.
Don't wait for Lincoln's fireworks stands to open up. Get the good stuff at Roca Crazy Cracker in downtown Roca. Stop in from June 25th through July 4th for the hot spot for rockets and more this Independence Day. Open 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. every day. It's Roca Crazy Cracker Fireworks in downtown Roca.
A smoke-free environment is the only way to fully protect from the dangers of secondhand smoke. That's why smoke-free policies are so important to me. Whether it's in my car, apartment building, or when I'm dining outdoors, there's no place for secondhand smoke or e-cigarette aerosol. Breathe easier knowing the facts. Visit smokefree.ne.gov. Paid for by Tobacco Free Nebraska. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Mario fue pintor más de 30 años. Cuando me dijo que se le estaban olvidando las cosas, fue difícil. Un día me dijeron que pintara el marco del lado por dentro y pinté el lado de afuera.
Yo le diría a la gente que le diga a su familia lo que está pasando con él.
Si algo se nota diferente, podría ser Alzheimer. Es momento de hablarlo. Visita alz.org/nuestras historias para saber más. Un mensaje de The Alzheimer's Association y The Ad Council.
If you came across someone struggling with hunger, how would you recognize them? By their clothes, their age, the way they speak? Would you notice a 16-year-old boy who got his first job?
Not for extra spending money, but to help feed his little sisters?
Or a mother who's in between jobs and sometimes goes to bed hungry so her kids can have dinner? Or a 14-year-old girl who signs up to every after-school activity, not to make friends, but just to get something to eat? Or a retiree who fell ill and had to choose
between getting medicine or groceries.
I am the 1 in 8 Americans who struggle with hunger. People you pass by every day but never knew were hungry. I am hunger in America.
Hunger can be hard to recognize. Learn why at IamHungerInAmerica.org. Brought to you by Feeding America, 200 Food Banks Strong, and the Ad Council.
Back to the Ticket Weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back in. It's Ticket Weeknights. Harrison Arens, Jackson Kleinschmidt joining me to my left on his last day here at 93.7 The Ticket. You guys can always join in, 402-464-5685. That is the Starter Heyman text line. And since it's the last day, let's just talk about our favorite thing here, or at least I'm assuming it's your favorite thing, Husker football.
Oh, man.
Where are you at for Dylan Raiola on a... how do I want to word this? What's more unlikely? Dylan Raiola popping up just anywhere in the Heisman votes, or Nebraska football making it to the college football playoffs?
Dylan Raiola popping, because I think if he's extremely good, like his numbers are off the charts, I think there's a chance we still lose games. I think I don't know. It takes a lot more than just a Heisman level quarterback to lead you to the college football playoff. It takes a lot more.
Well, this is the thing with Heisman quarterbacks. What does that usually look like? A really good offensive line, wide receivers that stepped up that year, and a good running back. If he's going to win it
any year, it's going to be his junior season. I stand by that. I think he's going to have a good year. I don't know about Heisman level year, but I think that's more likely than us making the college football playoff.
Yeah, I can say that. And again, like not winning it, just popping up in the voting. I can definitely
because you got
to
to be the runner-up in the Big Ten to make it to the college football playoff, right?
Well, with the bids this year, is the college football playoff the same format this year? Is it next year it changes? Let me double check the college. I think it's the 12 again this year. So I don't think it quite changes.
Is it going to 16?
It's going to go to 16.
Going to 16.
And that's
so.
And I believe that won't happen until 26, 27 year.
That makes
And then this one.
So it's still on the 12.
Let me double check.
Unless is it going to like 14 or something like that in between? Or are we just raising it over time?
12, 16, and 20 years.
Is it the college football playoff 64. Just with interest?
So right now it is still going to be. Oh, it's not giving me anything. I'm almost positive it's going to be that 12-team format again for 2025-2026 season. And that being said, like if you're Nebraska, that's obviously going to be a much tougher road to get in there because you get 1, 2, 3, 4. Those are your bids. And then right now it doesn't really work. I mean, that's why the SEC and Big Ten kind of threw stunk this year because you had Arizona State with a bye and then wasn't Boise State with a bye. Who's the other school? Small school with a bye.
Arizona State. Arizona State had a bye.
Was it Boise State the other one?
I think so. I don't know. It was.
Yeah, it was Boise State.
Georgia.
Because I can't remember. Penn State had to play somebody to get to Boise State.
Arizona State, Boise. I think. Yeah. Yeah, because it was Power 4, or the Big 3 with Big 12, SEC, Big 10, and then you had Boise coming in there after they were pretty much they had one loss going into the college football playoff because they lost to Oregon. They lost to Oregon.
Yeah, okay, so that makes sense. So that's the reason why we're doing this conference. So next year, we're gonna have to get the bid out of the Big Ten.
Listen, the plan for this season is to go win the national championship. Like if you ask any of the players, you ask the coaches, what do you want to do this season? Win a national championship. They're not gonna say we want to make a bowl game. They want to go win a national championship. So the plan, make it to the national championship, win. Is that a reasonable thing to expect them to do as a fan? No. I don't expect them to go to the college football playoff. If they do, be ecstatic. That's fantastic. But just expect them to be better than they were the year prior. If that's 8 wins, 1 more, that's improvement.
What if they beat Michigan?
That's an improvement too.
Okay.
Because Michigan's most likely going to be ranked.
Yeah, I think
you haven't beat a ranked
opponent
right
already
since, funny enough, Oregon. When they came here back in that season that we started 7-0.
Yeah, that was I was at that
Oregon
game. That's crazy to think.
Oregon was actually pretty bad that year.
It was. They started off ranked and they fell apart.
They were so if you think about it that way, it's been even longer since we've been a ranked opponent. But in that light, that was the last time we beat a ranked opponent. But yeah, so
interesting watch. Dylan Rail, and again, obviously to your point, that is all gonna. Like the Heisman quarterback always has a good wide receiver, running back room, a good offensive line. All the things got to work. So if one thing happens, the other one's also very likely to happen with it. If Dylan Rail is actually in there and he's having some sort of Heisman capable season, that it's not a crazy shot to think Nebraska could be
not at all.
Potentially sniffing with college football playoffs. I'm definitely not going to project it this year. Don't get me wrong.
No.
But it's all going to ride on Dylan Rail. Like how big of a step can he make? 13 touchdowns, 11 picks. I think getting Key was huge. The early Christmas present for Dylan Raiola. Here you go. We got a great wide receiver for you. The running back room. How confident are you there? Like, obviously, Emmett Johnson's awesome, but when you get to that 2, where are you at with Ives and Faith? Like, obviously, the coach speak, they love him. But then when you get to 3 and 4, we're really in
I gotta see
territory.
it to believe it. I'm not gonna count him down. That's not the right thing to do to a guy that you want to see succeed. I want to see him be great. If anything, I want to see him be better than Emmett Johnson. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, competition.
Like, I want to see him play to the level of or exceed Emmett Johnson. Like, so I just have to see it. I'm not at practice every week, so I can't believe what the coaches are saying. I can trust what the coaches are saying. And I do trust them. If they think he's good, then yeah, he's ready.
Fair enough. That's the
That's
one
what they
area I get a little concerned for, just because, I mean, we've seen it here in the past. Injuries just rack up here.
Oh, man.
And say Emmett goes down, okay, Ives, then the 3 and 4s
I feel
where I
uncomfortable.
don't really know what we have back
I
there.
don't like the fact that you don't have another back that hasn't started a college football game.
Mhm.
That's scary. That's not getting a running back, not getting I can't remember his name, but that one transfer that we had coming in from I think it was SDSU or NDSU, one of the two.
I'm not exactly
I forget
sure.
his name. He's
Either
from
way, it's
Omaha.
fine.
He's from Omaha, but whatever. Not getting him was scary. Like that was scary. Not getting any running back, I guess, in general, out of the portal. Someone who at least had experience starting a college game, scary. Shamar Brown, that was his name.
Oh yeah, okay.
But yeah.
So that's the one area in this offense where, again, it's just because of injuries. Like, I like the idea of Emmett Johnson. I have no reason to doubt Quinn Ives. Like, the coaches like him. Obviously, I think most fans are on the same page as me. It's like, let me see it on Saturday or Thursday
Put him
for
in.
Cincinnati.
I mean,
if he shows up, then yeah, I'm all
he
for
scored
it.
touchdowns, but like he scored touchdowns like on the goal line. So like we haven't really seen anything. Like with Emmett, it was like you've at least seen sparks in him. You put him on the field, he made
With
things
Emmett,
happen.
you were begging for him to be out on the
Yeah,
field.
because every time they put him on, something happened. Like,
It was the craziest thing. It was after, if you remember, it was Northern Iowa, and it was pretty much a really good game from Dowdell, but Emmett Johnson got some pops at the end there, and he was awesome.
Yeah,
and then they just didn't really play him at all.
Well, that
ever
was-
since. So then they went multiple games
that
of like
was
not using
and
him.
it's not. It's weird because it's like when you watch it, it's never like, oh, he has like Satterfield didn't like him or nothing. 'Cause
No.
Satterfield's still on the staff. I mean, he doesn't coach him directly anymore.
Mhm.
But he's still on that offensive staff. But Dana Holgerson gets here and he was like, oh,
This guy's
who's
awesome.
He didn't even know his name. He's like, this kid's great. We're starting you.
Yeah.
Like, we're starting you. We're putting you out there. And I'm assuming Dowdell was probably like,
Yeah, but like that's the thing. With,
like,
the way we use those backs to me was so
and
backwards.
I don't.
Dowdell, I liked at the goal line.
Dowdell's it's such a hard argument for me because I did like him, but he scored, I think, 12 touchdowns last year. It's great. It's a lot.
Yeah.
I want you to go back through his highlight reel and watch how many of those are from the one with Ty Robinson and Elijah Judy as blockers.
And
Because
that's
a lot of them are the same way. And I could probably score a touchdown. I'm not trying to discredit him. He's a very talented back. But you got to remember, chop that number down a little bit. It was a lot of goal line touches. Still great. Still a touchdown.
Mhm.
But he wasn't as productive as his stats appear him to be.
Well, and we saw that a lot at the end because
Emmett
especially
Johnson
when
is a
Emmett became the
productive
guy.
back. You put him on the field, he's gonna make things happen. He's gonna move you up the field. Dowdell didn't have the motor to do that.
I don't know what his biggest problem. Like he just that first contact he was down a lot, and that was his biggest problem. Like and that's why he became a good for the goal line. But a lot of his stats were, and again that's why like Emmett Johnson felt like more and more like the better option was.
He's the
Dowdell's
all-around back.
great at hitting the hole and finding it, which is why I love him on the goal line. He hits the hole hard, but he was just not able to break a whole lot of tackles.
You didn't get a lot of whole breaks from him. Did he catch one pass?
I'm sure he did, but that was definitely Emmett Johnson. You liked him more as the receiving back.
In the receiving game, it was Emmett Johnson and Ramir. It was the Johnsons, really.
Yeah.
So
and then the USC, he showed that when he finally got more and more reps.
I mean,
Holgerson
the
was
Emmett
there.
Johnson wheel route is like a broken college football video game play. You throw it to him, he's gonna make it happen.
Yeah, was that one a wheel route at USC?
He's done that more than once.
Yeah,
he did it in the bowl game, and he did it in the USC game, and they were both touchdowns. I think he might have done it in one other game, but I don't remember. But like that's a great play. That's a Dana Holgerson play. So imagine that's probably a play that they wrote up in practice. Like, okay, let's just focus on that because you switch offensive coordinators like that. You're just trying to figure out what's going to work best.
Well, yeah. Well,
imagine with a full offseason what this offense is going to look like under Dana Holgerson. Like they've had a full season to finally like get comfortable, figure out what works, figure out what doesn't work. Like, and you saw flashes like that, and it looked great and productive. I'm so excited to watch that team play.
Oh, and you still got Satterfield there.
Yeah, and you still have. Listen,
any miscommunications or confusions.
Satterfield's a guy you want in there because he has the experience level. He just, in terms of his play calling, he didn't really have it. It wasn't all there at Nebraska. And you would ask fans of South Carolina, and they would probably say the same thing, but they'd probably say a lot more negative things about him. But I think he's a very talented guy to have in the room. But anybody that has the experience like that is great to have. Like Addison Williams. Addison Williams is an integral part of the defensive staff that will probably go undershelled. He's coming off of a defensive coordinator job at UCF. One, Florida connection. Great. Big part of the reason why you got Danny Odom.
Mm-hmm.
Big part of the reason why you got Danny Odom. Haven't seen a lot of people talk about that. But Addison Williams, experience. It's all about experience. Coaching, to me, stems from experience.
Well, I mean, it's so much of its connections.
The more
too,
experience, the better
especially when you get to the recruiting. Like you want to keep that. And again, that's why Ed Foley, again, another guy keeping around experience and also just those recruiting connections, you know, like it, and this could be not totally accurate, but what I get from Ed Foley is his biggest strength in around the recruiting is locally, really good locally on knowing all the guys, coaches, players. And then again, with Satterfield, you're going to want that. He's been to a ton of places. He's got those connections. And if you can,
he also recruited in the SEC, so like you want that type of experience on your staff.
And he's a tight end coach right now, which is like if you're gonna have a guy of that much experience,
he's doing great over there too.
Well, we're gonna talk about the tight ends on the third and final segment as we go to break here. We'll dial in on that. What can we expect there? Thick Weeknights, Jackson Kleinschmidt, Harrison Arens. We'll talk to you guys on the other side.
Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services is here to help you protect things that are most important to you. Whether it's your home, your family, or your future, Jack Russell has the proven experience to get the job done while developing authentic relationships with you. Give Jack a call today at 402-421-9100. Again, that's 402-421-9100. Or visit one of his 2 locations in Lincoln or Seward and learn how you can excel in the complicated world of insurance. Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services, a trusted and well-respected representative since 1999.
Midwest Bank is now hiring in Lincoln. They have multiple banking positions open and are looking for dynamic individuals passionate about helping others and building relationships. With a family-friendly culture, competitive benefits, and unique perks, Midwest Bank is a great place to start a new career. Apply today at midwest.bank. Midwest Bank is an equal opportunity employer, member FDIC. A1 Automotive's second location is now open at 5110 State Hill Drive, just off of Yankee Hill Road. The new location continues to specialize in all makes and models and provides personalized service as they have for 15 years. To honor the new store opening, A1 is offering $25 off any service over $300, $50 off services over $500, and $75 off services that total over $750, all through July 31st. Schedule your appointment today at a1autolincoln.com and visit their new location in South Lincoln at 5110 State Hill Drive.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Husker fans, the 2025 Nebraska football season is right around the corner, and we need your support in the Sea of Red at Memorial Stadium this fall. You can now purchase a Husker football 3-game mini plan for only $185. This plan includes a ticket to USC plus Akron or Houston Christian and either Michigan State, Northwestern, or Iowa. Tickets are only available while supplies last. Purchase your Husker football 3-game mini plan today, or for more information, visit huskers.com/tickets. Go Big Red.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see a chance of showers and storms. Otherwise, partly sunny skies. An afternoon high around 88. Tonight, a few showers early, then mainly cloudy skies, a low around 67. And tomorrow, we'll see decreasing clouds throughout the day with light winds. It'll be hot with a high near 91. I'm meteorologist Kyle for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Advanced Medical Imaging is the largest radiology group in Nebraska, located in Lincoln at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard. At Advanced Medical Imaging, they utilize state-of-the-art technology and blend it together with their compassionate, skilled team to guide you through every step. Whether it's an MRI, CT scan, or X-ray, their precise diagnostics help your doctor deliver the best care plan for you. Choose clarity and comfort in your life by choosing Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard and online at amimaging.com.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red!
Hi, it's Charlie Stone and Andy Goodyear of Honda of Lincoln with more exciting news for area car buyers.
Charlie, it's just announced that Honda of Lincoln has won 3 of the Lincoln Journal-Star's Lincoln Choice Awards: Best New Car Dealer, Best Auto Repair, and Best Place to Get Your Oil Changed.
Wow, that's great, Andy. Anything else?
Yes, we were runner-up for Best Pre-Owned Dealer and Best Tire Dealer. A lot of people don't understand that we do sell tires here.
Very exciting, Andy. Why do you think your dealership is winning so many awards?
Charlie, we simply say it's the Honda of Lincoln way of doing business.
Looks like Honda of Lincoln is the great news headquarters for Lincoln.
Yes, and even all of Nebraska, we are also announcing that Honda of Lincoln's the only dealer in the state of Nebraska to win the prestigious Honda President's Award for 2024.
Honda of Lincoln, Nebraska's #1 volume Honda dealer, 27th and Yankee Hill Road, or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Back to the Ticket Weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back in. Final segment, Ticket Weeknights. Harrison Arens, Jackson Kleinschmidt. Staying on Husker football, let's talk the tight end room now. We talked Satterfield still being part of the organization or part of the program, and obviously the tight ends position coach now. That being said, what do you expect out of Heinrich Harburg this year? Because he's kind of the I mean, I feel like if this team's going to make a big stride, tight end room, with the weapons you have in the wide receivers, I feel like you have a good offensive line. You feel like Emmett Johnson, if he stays healthy, and then Ives, like I said, I'm not doubting it, but I'm pretty comfortable there. I think he can compete. You put all that together, it leaves some pretty easy routes, open work for Harburg to go and perform. And he could be a guy where you're not setting him out. Obviously, not like Warren, where you're utilizing him everywhere on the field.
The tight end room is a lot more interesting than what you think it is. Carter Nelson's moving back to the tight end room once he gets fully healthy after his surgery. Mac Markway exists. Everybody forgets about that, man. LSU high-level recruit transfer.
Yeah, we still got I'm blanking on it. He was good. He was fine for us last year.
Lindenmeyer.
We
still got Lindenmeyer, who in my eyes probably is the most comfortable starter.
I think he will be. I think he
week
probably
one.
will be.
I think I actually do think Harburg has a chance to take it over.
I
really do. Again, not there in practice. Have not seen him. I just can see that from an athlete perspective.
Well, I mean,
he was a dog.
He's an athlete. Like you just can't deny that from what we've seen. Like he's a freak athlete in ways you wouldn't expect.
I see him
he's
as a
doing
Taysom
the
Hill.
dunk
I want to
contest
see some crazy plays. I want to see they did that a couple times last year where they brought in Harburg at quarterback, and it's like, okay, well, what are they going to do? They're going to run the ball, but he can pass the ball. What is he going to do?
Yeah.
He can catch the ball. He can do everything.
He can block.
He's Taysom Hill.
Yeah.
He's a utility player in your lineup. I love that. It's going to create such an interesting dynamic for the team, for the offense.
That's what I'm saying. And if the rest of the offense is good,
if you know Dana Holgerson, there's going to be some trick play this year. There's going to be some trick play. They have it somewhere up their sleeves that they're working on. Probably a few that involve him coming in as some level of a decoy. Whether it's to use him as a passer, because you really can. He has an arm. It's not Dylan Raiola, but it's an arm. So I'm actually excited. He's one of the players that I think kind of, again, has been under the radar since the end of the last season. Once you kind of heard him early on in the spring about when he was transitioning over the tight end, you heard about it, but not as much now going into the season. So,
well, and then you kind of see, obviously you don't know how much, but you see some of the pictures and it's like, okay, he's getting back into that tight end build. And yeah, that's just where I think, like, if the rest of the offense meets standards, and I'm not even saying like they go above and beyond, just meets the standards of getting better and more consistent. Like, I just think that leaves Heinrich Haarberg such a awesome opportunity to go out there and, to your point, just be
like literally
chaos.
just show what he can do across anything.
Mm-hmm.
Just do everything you can, because a guy like that does not come along every year in the NFL draft. So as long as he's doing a little bit, hey, come on.
Yeah, and he's a guy that's willing to do anything.
Exactly.
He's like, I'll play quarterback. I'll go back to tight end.
He's
like,
doing whatever
no
he
problem.
can to get pro ready. And in his eyes, he thinks at tight end is the spot where he needs to be. Because if I'm an NFL team, he's the type of guy that comes in as a quarterback like this year, and they probably would have asked him to go tight end anyways. It's probably his thought.
100%.
So he's just like, let me just rip the Band-Aid off.
Mm-hmm.
Let me go tight end this year, show what I can do. Only can help his draft stock. It's only going to help him. So it's great. I'm very excited for him.
I'm excited for it. I think, and to your point, the guy that doesn't get talked about a whole lot, and he had some criticism last year for the drop passes, but Lindenmeyer, like, he's a guy you feel solid with. You can go out there with Lindenmeyer. Is he a elite tight end? No, but you feel good enough with him out there where he knows what he's doing. He's a veteran. He's got some snaps under him. But if Heinrich Haarberg can take that step, this offense gets really scary.
Yes.
And again, that's assuming this team continues to build on what it had from last year. But Jackson, 40 seconds, final thoughts on your last show here.
Man, it's been fun. It has been a lot of fun getting to cover the things that I love the most in the world, and that is sports, but specifically Husker sports. So thank you to everybody that listens. It's really cool to know that there's somebody out there that wants to hear your voice. So,
and when you're in Florida, where can they follow you?
X, it's Jack_Klein18. And then, Instagram is just my first and last name. So yeah.
Absolutely. Been a pleasure. Jackson Kleinschmidt. Definitely give him a follow if you guys caught that at the end there. This has been Ticket Weeknights with Jackson and Harrison. Good morning, Pearsonell. Coming up next.
Midwest Bank is now hiring in Lincoln. They have multiple banking